Hi, we're the Mobility Ability Duo. I'm Bills.
And I'm Cass. So Bills, what are we doing today?
Well, what we're doing today is people ask us all the time the difference between front wheel drive power chairs, rear wheel drive power chairs, and mid wheel drive power chairs. So I thought we'd do a little talk on that.
Pretty cool.
Yeah. So why don't I grab the camera, Cass, and you tell me a little bit about the front wheel drive Permobil.
You got a good shot there?
You bet.
Well, I guess you can see how pretty it is then. Look at this snazzy blue, Bill. Look at
that is nice actually. I like that color.
Yeah. Well, as you can see, this one's a little bit different than the others. You can see that the big rear wheel is at the front here. So this is good for, first of all, traction. And it's also good, just say the user wanted to roll up to a kitchen counter or access cabinets, then you don't have those big casters at the front.
Okay, that's a good point. You don't have the casters hitting anything. It's all open in the front.
Yeah, because your rear casters are actually at the back.
Okay. Those are pretty big casters at the back there.
Yeah.
Oh, that's neat.
The only thing is, I would say, is the driving. This one's a little bit...
It takes a little while to get used to the front wheel drives for sure.
Just in comparison to the other two.
But it's nice that it has the big wheels in the front for outside.
Yep, yep.
And you got the bigger wheels in the back. And once you get used to driving them, they're pretty easy.
Should we take her for a drive, or should
Yeah, take her for a drive, Cass.
So you'll see how this
Okay, go down the hall here. Let's take a look here.
Gonna get in. Nice little foot plates here, Bill.
Okay, that's cool.
Okay, let's go.
All right, let's do this.
You can see where the back end kind of whips.
Oh yeah, so it turns from the back. Whee. And then you come down here and you turn.
Do I have clearance?
Yeah, you do have to have clearance because the back turns out.
That's the thing you got to keep in mind.
Good point. So that's a front wheel drive, but it looks pretty nice. Once you get used to that, that's pretty sweet.
True, and the color's not bad either.
Oh, that's really neat. That is a nice chair. Okay, so that's a front wheel drive.
Yes.
And
always turn them off before you get out.
Yep. Take the foot plates up. Good idea.
Okay.
All right, so.
All right, Bills. Your turn.
All right, so.
Give us a rundown on the mid wheels.
Well, actually, I'm going to do this is called the rear wheel drive. It's actually called the rear wheel drive power chair, but they call it the hybrid because it's a rear wheel, mid wheel.
Oh, yeah, I can
so
see
they move the rear wheel ahead a little bit, so it does both things. It acts like a mid wheel drive and a rear wheel drive. So that's pretty interesting power chair. This is a pretty popular chair because it covers a big range of clientele. So some of the things I really like about it is I like the big 8-inch casters for going over sidewalks.
You can see it.
And I really like that. That's neat. And then you've got the little bigger wheels in the back.
Yeah.
So, and it's got full suspension. So as you're driving, these come up. The suspension comes up, and it moves. So if you hit a little threshold, the suspension will adjust and make sure there's pressure on the tires all the time on the rear.
Very cool.
So I'll take this for a little ride.
Yes, Bill,
So like I said, it's a hybrid. So they call it a rear wheel drive, but they move the wheels a little bit forward. So great for everything.
Neat.
And then you can get footrests for these as well, Cass. Here, I'm just going to tilt the chair a little bit.
Oh yeah, put her in tilt.
Okay, so we also have footrests that we have on here. If you can't have your legs at a 90 degree, if you can't have them like this and you need them out further, we also have that. So, but right now we'll just use these and go for a little ride. It's pretty easy. It's easy to drive because you get used to it. So this one is very easy because you get on and
oh yeah, turns really neat.
Yeah, now it's not like a true mid wheel because you got to have a little. It doesn't turn on its own circumference, but it does turn pretty good. So that is.
That's our next.
Yeah, that is the rear wheel drive Amelia.
Cool. Well, Bills, I took up all the parking spot there, so.
Oh, that's okay. We've got. Let's go do another one here.
More.
Yeah, we thought we'd do it at a location where people use them all the time. So we came to a university, and This is called a mid-wheel drive.
It's a mid-wheel. Both
Yeah.
of these are mid-wheel.
Yeah, I brought two different types. One's a Q700M by Sunrise, and one's a Pride Quantum Edge. So these are pretty popular mid-wheel drive power chairs. So let's talk about this one here first, Cass.
Cool.
All right, so this one is a mid-wheel drive, so it actually turns on its own circumference. And they've got a spider front end, they call this.
Oh, yeah.
So if you take a look, it's got a little picture of a spider.
Oh, yeah, look, it actually does. Neat.
Yeah, and so when you put pressure on the front over a threshold, it actually puts more pressure on the mid wheels. So for outside and going over thresholds and things, it actually works pretty well. This is pretty neat. So the claim to fame to the mid wheels, Cass, is you're in a tight spot or you need to use it in a house or an apartment or it's quite tight. You need to have something that can get into the bathroom and you can turn around. So you really, each chair has its place. So they're all great chairs, but they each have their place and what you're going to use it for. So this particular one will go on this. And here, why don't I go this way, Cass? Let's try this for a minute. Let's go down here. I'll go down here and we'll just turn around. So we can come through here and we can literally go like this and just turn on its own circumference.
Oh yeah, see, that's...
So that's really nice.
That is very neat.
You always try to use your feet as a guide when you're turning. So if you're really in a tight spot, you want to use your feet as a guide so you don't hit your toes, but just drive nice and slow and use your feet as a guide. So you can make sure that you don't, so you can just turn, but you always sort of use your feet. You need to be in a really tight location and you'll notice it. So this is one mid-wheel drive, so we'll leave this here. And I think we should do one more, the last one here. So shut the power off, lift the foot plates, and you can get up.
Yeah.
And then
One more.
we'll do this is a Pride Quantum Edge Z. And this is another model of power chair, and it's again a mid-wheel drive. And so all these chairs, we've got swing-aways on them, so you can swing the joystick so you can come up to a desk or anything like that. They all have that. We've got tilt on all of them. You don't have to have tilt on all the chairs. They either come with tilt and accessories and seat elevators. You've got lots of different options you can do with that. These particular ones just have the tilt. So why don't I give this a try? This is sort of nice, Cass. I like this chair for the, all these chairs have tie downs, which is sort of nice for going into the handy buses and stuff. And this particular chair has a 4-pole motor. So the motors and everything are really durable. So that's really good. And then it's got the suspension front and back. So again, it articulates.
Yeah.
So you can you're trying to get over thresholds, because the only downfall with these mid-wheel drives, this particular one, these ones, is they come with 6-inch casters, the ones we brought today. So they're not really big, but they do the job pretty well. So if you're going to go into really, really tough terrain, it's probably not the best, because the bigger front casters would work a bit better. But in this situation, this should work pretty good. I'll turn it on, flip the foot plates down, and we'll just tilt back a little bit.
We'll see what tilt looks like.
Yeah, so this is tilt, and you can just tilt back. And it's actually, so what people do is they'll tilt back throughout the day and take the pressure off the coccyx area and stuff, so make sure we don't get any pressure sores. And you can tilt right back, so with them. And then you just take a little rest. And lots of people like it for sort of trunk control, so they'll drive with a little bit of tilt on the chair instead of being completely flat. So they'll drive like that, just a little bit of tilt, and then you can drive with it. So this particular one will go down here, and you can see if we come over here again, it's as it just turns on its own circumference. So this, again, is another mid-wheel drive, just a different manufacturer, and it turns on its own circumference. So if people ask us all the time, which chair is the best, though?
Are you getting dizzy, Bills? Sorry.
I am getting dizzy.
Yeah.
Which chair is the best? And there's no right answer to that, because whatever the best is for your situation. So where are you using it? What's your condition? Where do you live? That kind of stuff.
It's a very good point.
So you have the front wheel drives, you have the rear wheel drives, you have the mid wheel drives, and the hybrid is the other one, which they call a rear, but it's a hybrid, so they move the wheels forward. So they all have their place. So you just got to figure out what you need and try them out. So hopefully we covered a little bit here, and I think I look forward to doing another topic on these, on various products, and we'll see you next time.
Yes. Yeah. Thanks for watching, guys. Please like and subscribe below.
Alrighty, take care, guys. Thanks.